if you could just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure, I would love to. So, my name is Parthesia Morrisey, but most people outside of the professional just call me Pat because Parthesia is so long,
Okay.
and most people do not pronounce it correctly, but they try really hard. Nor I was born and raised in New York City all day. However, right now I reside in Virginia, moved here, 4 or 5 years ago now. It's
Oh,
the first
okay.
time. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been out of New York City, living wise, of course. It's different.
Okay.
It's different. It's quieter in the town that we live in. But
Okay.
but I, grew up in Brooklyn, then teenage years in Queens. So I love it. Raised a beautiful family, two boys who are still in New York City with my mother. Not with my mother, but she still lives there also.
Right.
Yeah,
I know what you were saying.
yeah. So, always had a love for writing, always had a love for writing, and reading, of course. Like it kind of comes hand in hand to me. Like I'm always trying to figure out what the writer had in mind when I'm reading
Right.
something. Where did they want to take me? And so that's how I try to establish, when I'm writing, where do I want to take the reader? Where do you want to go? So I have a love for reading and writing and a love for fashion.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
all just very New York, though. Like it just kind of all goes together,
Right. It does
you
make
know.
sense. I just
Yeah, it
moved
kind
there
of.
like this summer.
Uh-huh.
My friend lives in New Rochelle.
Okay, so you're going up more, not New York
Yeah.
City, but
Yeah.
it's fine. You had
Yeah.
to get through New York City.
Well, we did go to Brooklyn. They had like I forgot what type of fest it was. It was Jamaican, Israelites,
Mhm.
Haitians. It was just like all different black cultures, basically.
I mean,
And
that's what the best thing is about New York City is all the cultures
yeah,
coming
because it's like
together.
so many different it's not secluded like okay, you only see white and black. No,
Right?
you have
No, not at all. Not in any borough will you ever find one culture. We get a bad rap on TV. It makes it seem like it's just one over here and one over there, where it's not.
no.
And I think back in the day, people used to call it a melting pot. And then one day I was speaking to somebody, and they said, New York City is really not a melting pot. It's really more of a salad bowl. And I didn't really understand what they were
Mhm.
saying because they're saying we don't want a melting pot. We don't want all of us to mix up and be the same. The fun thing
Yeah.
about New York is that we're all in the same bowl, but we're
Mhm.
all different. But when we come
Exactly.
together, we're
Yeah.
great. He was like,
Yeah.
you can be a cucumber and I could be a tomato, but when we come together, we
Hmm.
taste really good. Like we don't have to all melt together. So I
No.
like that better than the melting pot. I was like, okay,
No.
I see where he was going with that.
It's
So
a whole bunch of different type of cultures. It's just like when you go on different sides of towns, or not towns, but areas in New York where you get to experience like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little like,
yes,
and it's just I don't know. I love it.
yeah. But it
It's
was it was my fifth grade teacher that actually got me into writing. So I don't know where she is right now, if she's alive or whatever, but I give a shout out to Miss Bryan all the time. Miss Bryan.
so that was the person who inspired you to be
It was on a little whim. I
okay.
was a very good student. Let me just check that box off. But I had some behavior issues, a little bit.
What kid don't really? I
I
mean,
know. So it was like we went to see Shakespeare because I was in
okay.
those back in the day they called them SB classes. I mean, we was like a little bit brighter than everybody else. I was in that class, so we went to see Shakespeare, and I'm one of those few people in the world that I didn't necessarily, like Shakespeare. Like I'm like, where is he going with this? So I went in the bathroom and kind of never came out. And so, long story short, I got in trouble, and my trouble, instead of being on punishment like people do now and have them go into what's that thing, that class, they got to sit there and do nothing.
What ISS?
I mean, I don't
I
know what they call those
don't
classes.
know.
But instead of that, she told me to write my version of Shakespeare, what I thought he was trying to say,
Oh,
my interpretation.
right.
That was my punishment. Like, okay, so you don't like him? Then you write something. And I forgot how many pages it had to be and all that sort of thing. But I think that problem with that was I wrote something and it was amazing. And so I think she was shocked. So what happened was she was like, "You have this talent, you're so good." Like she kept, motivating me and pushing me, like, just, if you would just calm down a little bit, you could be a great writer one day. Like, and she inspired me to write. Like she kept telling me I was so good. So after that, I was like, well, am I that great? Let me just write something. Poetry, whatever it was, an essay. Always got that with back in the day, you got 100, not an A, B, or C or whatever.
Exactly. Not
So
like right now.
yeah, I don't even know what they get right now.
So, when you are in a process of writing something, what drives your creativity? Like what, or do you just think of?
No, yeah, kind of like things around me. So for Mandisa's footprints, ta-da, you know, for Mandisa footprints, I would have ideas in my head, and wherever I still carry in my pocketbook a piece of paper or a little memo pad, and when something hits me, I jot it down. Like I'm
Okay.
not even sure where that I'm gonna go with that, but I find it interesting or like for some reason it's like something that stays in my head, so I have to write it down. So then the concept's already written down, whether it's the lady on the subway, the way she was dressed, I'm like that hat and that coat, I write that down, the hat and the coat, the plaid and the black, like it don't make any sense,
Right.
story sense yet. But then when I'm writing a character, maybe what she had on, I flip. I'm like, I know I have something here. And then I'll say, Karen was wearing a black coat with the,
Right. Exactly. Like props and pieces and different
yes,
visuals and things like that.
that's how I come across of it. Like it just interests me. So I jot it down. Shoe boxes. I'd be on the side of my bed and something hits me on TV and nothing's a paper around, but a shoe box. I'm gonna write it on there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I noticed that with Mandisa's footprints, which I really like because I can relate to, I don't want to give
Everybody
it
thinks it's
away,
gay.
but I can relate to a lot of situations in here. There was
Yeah.
different stories. So different
Right.
situations I could relate to and stuff,
Yes.
the bullying and worried about your mom and
All of that. Yeah. All
like
of that.
it's like so many different things. And it's
Yes.
funny how so we could be so different and live so far apart, but then again, we share the same story in a way.
Right. And that's where I was going with that. The reader, if they haven't picked it up, they can see that, well, they can't tell that it's very thin.
Mm-hmm.
So that was intentional,
Mm-hmm.
because that age group was really into their phone or whatever. So my idea was not to bring anything too thick because they wasn't going to stay with it. But if I gave them a chapter here or there that they can pick up and just throw down and
Yeah.
write in it, then they would be good.
Right.
So, I was really grateful that even though it was thin and it wasn't huge, it did very well. It sold very well. It's still selling, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came, there's a new one. See that?
Oh, I gotta get that one.
Yes. So this one is a tad bit different. It's based on the same character. She just grew up.
But I was gonna say, I was
Yeah,
going to
she's
say,
older now. So this one, Mandy's is in high school.
okay.
And unlike the first one where I allowed the reader to write in here, they don't write in this one, but I
Mm-hmm.
did. It's still her journal. So instead of chapters, it says Monday, it says Tuesday, it says Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And journal diary. Well, we called it a diary when we were younger.
Right.
A journal. I don't know. I think the only difference is I was locked. Like
Yeah, yeah.
we had a little key,
Right.
the key that
Yeah.
goes in there. I'm assuming that's the difference. Because
Yeah.
other than that, I don't know why they
Yeah.
changed the name.
Uh, I guess because the diary sounds more,
Private.
yeah. I was getting ready to say that more intimate versus, oh, a journal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, can't be that much bad stuff or good stuff in there. So,
Listen. Listen.
so okay, what's the difference you would say from Mandisa's Footprints Part One compared to two?
Well, like I said, besides the journal part that you can write in, she is older, so she deals with older issues. Now, there is not any, drugs or sex or anything like that in it, but she is older, and so she has more friends. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the reader is introduced to some of her friends in school, and she was also bused to a different school. And
Okay.
that being said, she's in a neighborhood that she's not familiar with, and it's just her trying to fit in, basically in high school. Yeah.
Did any of the characters from the first book go over to the second?
I think one or two, but not many, because again, these characters are some of them was from her neighborhood, but I focused on a lot of the people in her school. And the
Okay.
people in her neighborhood did not go get bused. She was the only one. So
Uh,
she's dealing with living in her neighborhood,
mm-hmm.
trying to fit in there, and also trying to fit in a school in a neighborhood that she's not familiar with.
So she has a lot of more issues to tackle than in the first book, basically.
Yes, but we all do as we get older.
True.
It. That's it.
It's so true.
She's no different. Yeah.
Um, I guess I would say so when you write, it seems to me that you're keeping a pattern. Like, is it something that you don't want to branch out? And when I mean branch out, I'm saying like, would you want to write about uh I guess I would say more fictional books, fantasy, something that's out of your
Well, you're not the first person that has asked me that, and I don't think I'm going to continue with um Mandisa, only because after high school, society says you're supposed to go to college, and
Mhm.
I did not have that long-term college experience, so I don't feel like I would be able to put that character, be honest with the character somewhat.
Oh,
I mean, I can sit down with my college friends, but I have a lot of those. But I
yeah.
think I'm gonna let Mandisa rest, and
Okay.
unless I can get her, I'm trying to go a different avenue and get her on, the streaming networks, like at this age,
Hmm.
Hulu or Netflix or something like that, in the age group that she is in the book. I think I'm gonna try to get her I'm trying to write a screenplay based on her,
That's
opposed to
good.
writing her college life. Yeah.
That would be great. I
I
would watch.
think so. Yeah, I will watch it too. So yeah, I'm trying to go that avenue. Now I'm not a screenplay writer.
Okay.
So I'm studying how to bring the book to that term right now. 'Cause it is a little different. I mean, people think it's the same, like, oh, this could be a screenplay. Well, it's not written in screenplay terms.
Mhm.
So I'm working on that part of it. Reach out, maybe get some help or something. But I can see Mandisa on screen.
I could too, because
Yeah,
it just seems so. 'Cause like I said, it reminded me of my childhood, and
right.
and also it just seems I don't know, warm, sort of warm to me.
She's warm. She's the average young black girl just trying to make it.
Huh?
So isn't that us, right? That is us.
It seemed like something that you would be like, oh, like just to see her character on screen. That
Yeah.
it would be more like to bring in like adolescent. Well, it could be any group technically.
Yes.
You can go from kids that's like as far as 7 and up
And,
to
and
maybe
and that's exactly it. I'm thinking, I mean, she's fun and vibrant and she's not boring. So
no,
anywhere
no,
from,
not at all.
I'm thinking 7-15. After that, they may be like, girl, what is Mandy
Yeah,
doing?
yeah,
Because this generation is a little different. But you never know. I
yeah.
mean, there are adults that watch animated stuff.
Uh-huh, I do. I like my daughter does too. She loves
Right?
and stuff. So,
Right. Now, I don't even know if this would be, again, animated or just for a young audience and not animated. I haven't gotten
mhm.
that far yet. I
Yeah,
can see both. Uh,
I can too.
yeah. So I'm not
Either way.
really sure about that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, with the book, what was your? Because I like this. I like the way you. I liked it the day when we was at the book fair.
So just so you know, or the audience know, I remember you and your husband, obviously, because we were
We
at
were
the
like to each other.
Black Book Expo in
Yeah.
Harlem.
Yes. Yes.
And you're right. You guys' table was next to us, and he had the ATM book.
Yes.
Well, I think he was promoting more than one book. Now, maybe I'm
No,
wrong.
it was just ATM.
It was just ATM. And
Yeah.
just so you know, if anybody wants to see any clip of that, my husband took a video and
Uh-huh.
it's on YouTube. 2018, just pull up Black Book Expo.
Okay. Black Book X. I'm writing it down too.
Yeah, 2018, there's a YouTube of that whole event. And now
Okay.
you weren't in the picture, but I have in that clip, in that video, I took a in there with your husband holding up his book. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
See, I knew it because I remember when you guys had to do a few transactions with our square.
right. And that was my first expo. And I learned that from you guys. And you know what? Everybody, each one teach one. From that day
Yeah.
on, I got a square. And every festival I went to, there was always somebody that did not have it. And I was like,
Because
hey, you have to get one of these. And you know what? I did the same thing you guys did for us. The same
because
exact thing.
because everybody wasn't. I, I just knew from even before that one because we had did two before we did that one that
Right.
people didn't. I don't know
It
where.
wasn't ready for that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know where I've been, but people don't carry wasn't carrying cash like
Right.
that
I
anymore.
still don't carry cash.
So,
Yeah.
and that was back like in 20,
That was 2018.
yeah, and 17 and stuff. And I'm thinking like, dang, so now you just
Yeah.
imagine now. So that's what I'm like, then we were just like, oh, okay,
But
no,
now they have I still have the Square on my phone, but now they have the UPC code. I
of
have all
course.
that. So it's so much,
Yeah.
life is just a lot easier now. But yeah,
It,
check out the YouTube video, you
I,
and
yeah,
all the viewers that's watching today, and they'll see that expo because that was a great expo.
it really was. And we attended we attended three of his expos.
Yeah, he
We
does a great job.
we really did. And I had like filmed some parts of it there while
Hmm.
we were there, but yeah, he did a really good job with that.
Yeah,
It,
you met a lot of contacts there too.
yes, we did. We got a lot of pictures. We
Yeah.
had a lot of people who was really supportive and
Very. Even I don't know if you remember, there was a young lady, I think her name was Noelle, and she was on the platform speaking about opening up a bookstore, and she has the Lit Bar bookstore in the
oh,
Bronx.
she
She was
really did that.
she had said it that day that she was in the process. So I don't think it was like just a dream. She was already in the process, but it wasn't open.
Okay. Okay.
But I just say that to say that I follow her on IG and everything, and
Mhm.
she's doing so well. And I remember her from that Black
Yes.
Book Expo.
Okay. No way.
Yeah,
I think that I record her because I recorded a lot of people
yeah,
who was giving their story as to how
yes.
they got to up to that point, and it was a lot of good people. Like I remember that guy he was an actor, but his son had a book that was being promoted there. He was an actor was he on Power? Was it Power?
I, I don't know. Like I said, it was so many people there.
Mhm.
And what I liked about his expo was, if you remember, he allowed every one of us to speak.
That's what I was saying. It was like I record. I don't know if I got everyone, but I got a pretty good amount of people on my
Yeah,
record.
yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of tell, like I said, your story, like what led
Mhm.
you up to this point, like here.
Right. It's just like I said, you know what? I loved writing, and then once the book came out, because uh my book launch was at the Nuyorican Cafe, which is
Okay.
a very popular spot in New York City. And
Okay.
so it was huge. It was huge. From people that walked off the street to family to friends. And everybody
Oh,
was like, how are you going to market it? I mean, I didn't know anything about marketing. I just wrote it. Like, I mean, oh, I
yeah.
got to market it too.
Uh,
Like, it just don't market itself. And so obviously you start talking to people and you follow different things. And I started seeing festivals. Like since was that my first festival? Besides my book launch, that was my
right.
first festival. And since then I mean, I
Yeah, of
I'm like
course.
a pro now. I've just
Yeah.
done
Of course, my God.
like I've done so many festivals and so many, but like this past Saturday, I was did a book signing at Resist Bookstore in Petersburg. This Saturday that just passed, that went really well. So, I've done so many since then because you have to market yourself because I wasn't one of those people that a publisher picked up my book. I'm a self-published author. And so you have to work yourself. Not that I wanted to be. I did ask for publishers. They didn't want me. I have a binder full of rejection letters. A
Yeah, it's
binder
hard out
full.
there. People don't, they think because you wrote a book that people are just going to just, okay, we want to sign you. That's not how that goes.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, I tried. I
Yeah.
tried. And, I was disappointed because to me, I'm like, why wouldn't you want me? Like, I'm fabulous. I'm like, you don't want my book? Like, reality hits you and you like, yeah, no. But here's another, New York story. At the time I was working in an eyeglass place. I was like the manager there. And
Mm-hmm.
a gentleman came in, I mean, for contacts or whatever. I don't even remember. I
Okay.
don't remember his name per se, but we were talking about my book and all that, and he said, you need to self-publish it yourself. And of course, I'm like, what? How do you do that? He told me I should have put this book here in front of me because I have it here in my house. There's a book called, it's spelled ape, but
Oh,
it's it's not
th-
about
those
ape.
okay, it's
It's
acronym.
A period P period E period ape.
Yeah, like we had ATM. It's an acronym.
Exactly. It's an acronym. And um and you can Google it. It literally, from chapter one to the end of the book, tells you how to self-publish a book.
You know,
Literally.
yeah. You know, if you, I don't know if you use this or any not, it's called Chat GT. No, is it
I know
Chat?
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Do you use that?
I haven't, but I know of it.
Okay. If you go in there and you plug in whatever you want to ask it, it could be
Mhm.
anything. It's going to tell you exactly what to do and how to do it.
Right.
Like,
Well,
like,
okay. But this was a more of a read because this goes back a little bit when I wrote Mandisa, so everything was
right.
reading.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
But it's
it
telling you,
literally was, for lack of a better word, I don't like to use the word Bible lightly, but it was the Bible for me. Like I just kept
mhm,
going back. It told you, where to go, what to do, everything from writing to marketing to grammar to, Amazon to don't use this as your ISBN number because then you can't use it out the country. And like it was so good. And
very detailed.
literally, I read that book every day before I started the self-publishing process. I'm like, okay, wait, I know there was a chapter on this.
Mm,
Like, it was remarkable. And
yeah.
that was just, I don't even know this man's name. He was just like, I could tell you what to read. And I'm like, okay. And I literally bought that book and the rest is history.
What do you find as far as being an author? I know you've mentioned a few things, but what do you find? Um, what would you say is more, let me see the word I want to say. How do you continue to still have a thirst for being a writer?
Um, I mean, because I've learned that if you're doing it for money, that's not it. That's not the goal. I do it because I love to do it. And the money can come. I won't turn it away. But
Right.
that's not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is just to write and have others enjoy what I've written.
Okay.
That's it. That is it. That's all it in a nutshell. And then if by chance it becomes something bigger than that
Mm-hmm.
come with finances, then I will accept that. But my ultimate goal is not to do it for money. I
Okay.
feel like if you're doing it for money, is that's not really,
Yeah,
coming
it's
from your heart.
yeah. Yeah, it's not something that it's not authentic.
No, and I don't have a problem with money. I love money. Just so we clear.
No, I get it.
But it may not come from this. It may or may not come from this. Or
Yeah,
maybe the writing will turn into something that comes into money. Like I said, I am trying to get to be a screenplay. Maybe that will be the money,
right.
but that would just be because I wrote something. That makes
Exactly. It's
sense.
not
Yeah.
that's not the pushing for you
No.
to write. Yeah, she's
Right.
the driving force for you to write. Do you find, I know you answered the traditional publishing compared to self-publishing on your own, which
Yeah.
I had my little dabble with that with my husband. It
Yes.
can be tough because you're doing everything on your own.
Yes.
But if you had to do it all over again, if someone did sign your book, do you think that you would appreciate it as much as you do now?
As much. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I probably would not appreciate it as much, but I, the door is definitely open. If I had a publisher, I
Mm-hmm.
probably would not deny it.
Yeah.
Only because it takes you to places, and I don't mean physically. Well, it can be both, physically and not physically.
Mm-hmm.
To places that I probably cannot get on my own without really diving in really hard, which I don't have the time to do right now because unlike, I'm sure I'm a starving artist. I have
Yeah.
a job. I
No,
have a regular 9 to 5. So I don't have the luxury of just hitting the sidewalk and pushing the book. When you have a publisher, they're pushing the book for you.
mm-hmm.
I mean, they also taking some money from you too, but
I mean, but that's what comes with you having them
right,
do the work, instead of you doing it
exactly,
yourself. So that's
exactly.
what would you tell a author or someone who's trying to start with getting their book either published or just to get out there? What would your advice be?
Is their book already done, or they writing? Like, because
Uh,
it,
let's
well,
say
I can answer both.
let's just say they're writing right now.
Just keep writing. I mean, don't worry. I think a lot of writers that start are worried about grammar and spelling and all the stuff we had in English class. That's not what you should be focused on in the beginning. Just get your ideas down in the manuscript. And if you spell a word wrong, yeah, not a big deal. You know what the word was supposed to be. If you have a run-on sentence, that's okay too. Like, that's not how you started. Just put your ideas on paper. The others, and then the next step will be, okay, whew, the spelling in here or the grammar in here. You may not know. Maybe you wasn't good at grammar. That doesn't mean you're not a good writer.
True.
Maybe you spelled everything wrong on your spelling test. That doesn't mean you're not a good writer. Maybe that's somebody else's job to correct that stuff. You just have to do the writing. That's
Hmm.
it. And let them do that. So I would say just write. I think a lot of writers get caught up in, you know, like I said, the grammar and the spelling and all that, instead of just getting your ideas on paper. And I say paper lightly. I know everybody uses a computer, but I still
No,
use paper.
me too.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's
I still use paper and a
yeah.
pen and cross out and crumble up stuff and throw it on the floor, and we'll do that.
Right.
The whole, computer comes after. I can't do it.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned like with the punctuality and the spelling and the grammar and all that different type of things.
Yeah.
Did you ever get caught up on that when you were writing with all of that?
I did. I did get caught up on it a lot. And the advice mentioned now, somebody said to me, well, the spelling no, because I was always good at spelling. But my grammar, if you could tell by the way I'm speaking, I'm constantly talking. And the period, I just keep going. So just like I speak, that's
A
how I write.
run-on sentence.
Yeah. Run on sentences all day. There's no commas. I just keep going. And so that's how I write. And I did get caught up in it late early on, but then I was like, I ain't gonna worry about that. I'm not gonna.
Right. Because if you worry about it too much, you won't write.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. So,
Um,
especially if you have to put quotations, if you use your characters correctly,
or like when they're
not-
expressing themselves and stuff.
right? They don't speak properly all the time, so then the writing doesn't really have to be that.
It doesn't sound, yeah.
No,
And
like
and that's where I think like with now, since we got all this technology, some people using AI
Ugh,
to write their books. It's not really authentically coming from them, and you can tell like sometimes when you read some of the stuff that there's no it's like there's
how
no
unique.
yeah, like there's no care, there's no, I don't know how to with the word I'm looking for. There's no character. Like, like if I'm yelling or I'm screaming or I'm happy or I'm sad, there's no emotion with it.
Right. Right.
Like
Mhm.
there's this just
Everything's flatlined. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like how do and then if that's the case, so with that being said, would you consider using AI to write any of
No.
your literature?
No, I don't think I will. And I don't think I will. And let me just say, I don't know what I would do in, 5 or 6 years from now. But
Mm-hmm.
I I would probably not do it. I mean, I'm just not that person that uses technology for things that I can control, if that makes sense. I don't have an Alexa or whatever her name is. I don't. I'm like, why do I need to ask her for something like that? Like, I don't need her to turn on my lights. I can just go hit the switch. Like, and am I gonna be behind time? Possibly, I might have to catch up later, but it's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like everything is changing now. Do you think that that's a cheat that people use that?
I don't want to call it cheating. I just think that, technology is an advancement and it's supposed to be for the good. I don't necessarily think it's cheating. I just think times have changed. Like, you know, I was telling somebody the other day, I remember when me and my husband used to travel and we used to do, was it MapQuest? Literally print out the
Oh,
directions.
good. Uh-huh.
And now I just put it in my navigation. And so I don't think that it's cheating. I
So you
just think
don't have to.
that they found a way for me not to look at a paper while I'm driving.
Hey, right. I was getting ready to don't say that.
So
Look
I'm
at
not,
to
I
keep
wouldn't
up with
say AI is necessarily cheating. I think that would be unfair, but it's technology and it's advancing. But I think some technology, I'm just either it's not ready for me or I'm not ready for it. I mean,
No, I get that a lot. I
yeah.
get that. I see you have a board behind you. What is that? Everyone signed your board?
Yeah. So at my grand opening, my launch party for Mandisa,
Hmm.
I had this made and everybody who came signed it. So when I go to book signings now, I take it with me and I just let people sign it still.
Okay.
It's just something, just, motivational thing I'm probably gonna keep. Obviously, I'm gonna keep it forever.
I,
Yeah,
I like that idea though. That's real cool. Do
fun.
you switch boards and just have it? Do you like each time you go, is it a clean board or you just have them
No,
signing
no,
from
it's the
the same?
same board. For some reason, no one wants to write on the purple. They have squished in the name, and I never told anyone that they
That's
couldn't
why
write.
I asked, like, is it from a cause
I never told anyone they couldn't write on the purple. Not one time.
oh, that's
I
crazy.
think they feel like they couldn't. Um, I don't know. And these are two different illustrators too. So the this one was someone I met at work who was an
Okay.
artist. Again, there's talent out there that
I know. It's
you
amazing.
find out when you talk to people. Again, we worked together at the eyeglass place, and I didn't even know she can do art until I saw her. Like it was like snowing or whatever, and nobody was coming in there, so we were just hanging out. And she literally was like, I was like, oh girl, you can write. And I did say to her then, I'm writing a book. I'm gonna let you whatever. So she
Mm,
did that.
that's
By the time I got to this one, I was manager in, a retail store, and this literally was one of my associates, young girl that
okay.
was going to FIT and all this kind of stuff. And she was like, I draw too. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you can do the second one. Like, just all in conversation, two different people all together.
Yeah, it's amazing who you meet, like when you go places or when you do stuff. I think it's just more like communication.
Yeah. And she
It's-
also came up with this Polaroid concept, which I thought was really cool. She was
and
like,
that's what I was gonna say too.
yeah, because she was like, well, what does Mandisa look like? I said, well, it depends on what day it is because she's older now. That's what
Yeah.
I said to her. And she was like, so since there's no pictures in the book, she was like, well, I'm gonna come up with some outfits and then you tell me what you like. And then I'm like, well, then she's gonna have outfits all over the thing. She was like, no, we'll act like somebody took Polaroids of her
Uh-huh. Through the
on
different
different
things.
days. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay, okay, ingenious girl.
Right. I like
And
that
that's
stuff.
what she did.
I like
Yeah,
it. That's very good. She was very creative with that. I like
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, she looks a little different than the first guy. Everybody was like, she doesn't look the same. I'm like, well, she's
Yeah,
older.
I was gonna say that. We
Yeah,
I think it'd be little, it may not be a full 180 thing going on, but you do change up a little bit, your style, how you
yes,
dress your hair, different things
yes,
like that. So
yeah, yeah,
that makes it all a good difference.
yeah.
Okay, so do you besides these two books that you wrote, are you working on anything other than those? I know you said you want to do the screenplay
I
eventually.
wanted to do screenplay, and we did basically discuss the bookstore. So, my goal, then I shouldn't even say my goal. I'm going to open up my own indie bookstore because I feel like self-published authors don't get that recognition they deserve. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I want to be that person. I'm going to open up my own bookstore. Not saying I won't have published authors either, but I will
Sure.
have literally at least every month, every twice a month, indie author in there to push their book also.
I like that.
Yeah.
It gives like 'cause it's more than just about you. It's about other people as well.
Oh, exactly. I mean, like I said, I've done bookstores, but I've done more festivals than anything because even bookstores, once you tell them you're self-published, sometimes they go a little sideways about you being in there
Mm-hmm.
opposed to having a publisher or whatever. But no, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
no.
I'm gonna open up a bookstore.
Okay. Now, are you gonna have, it's just gonna have all different type of cultures in there, type of bookstore, or are you sticking with
I'm probably no, that's not gonna have all different cultures in there. It's gonna have my culture in there. It's gonna be an African American bookstore.
okay. And there's nothing wrong. I'm just, some people like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
want
No, it's gonna be our books, especially since the direction that we're going in now with the whole trying to ban books. Okay, no, yeah,
yeah,
we not. Yeah, you're already trying to ban our books, so now you know what? Your books can't come in here.
oh my God, I can't. Said no, your book can't come in. What do you think is the most important thing a writer should stick to?
I mean, truth, and when I say that, obviously, being a fiction writer, and when I say truth, doesn't mean like reality necessarily, but truth in your writing. Like, what is it you want to write about, and kind of stick to that, and not just saying that you can't try anything new, but if
Mm-hmm.
you say you're going to write about, a cat, then try not to go to the dog. Like, write your truth in that moment. You know.
Yeah.
So, like, Mandisa, I wanted to write her growing up. Well, let me stick to her growing up. What's happening with her growing up? I think when you try to do too much, you
Hmm.
you throw the reader off. So stick to your truth, whatever that is at the time that you're writing is what I should say.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we're at the end or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you some quick questions. You don't have to have a
Are we doing a fast thing?
yeah. You don't have to have like a whole dialogue of your answer. It's just
Oh,
simple.
because you can see I can do that, right?
No, no. It's just that some people like to wait a minute, let me explain why I said that. Or
Oh
let me
no, I ain't gonna do
why
that.
let me do this. I'm like, no, it's just a quick yes or
No,
no.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask, like I said, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. You just
Mhm.
answer those questions and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question is pets or plants?
Plants.
Pink or blue?
Blue.
Locks or braids?
Locks. Hey, that one was kind of obvious.
City or country?
City.
Island or desert?
Ooh, Alan.
Fast or slow?
Fast.
Mm. Job or school?
Job. You wanted to know. You are curious about the answers. I'm not even. I
She
Give me a
said,
job all day.
last question. Are you a part of a book club?
Yes.
Okay. So are all my questions I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
I'm Nigeria Green. I have a book club. I think I told you this already. It's at my local library. I'm putting together a group of authors interviews, which you are a part of. You're one of them.
Okay.
I'm trying to start something in the year 2025. I already have my book club up, but I'm still trying to prep for next year to get the books selected for the club for next year. And
Okay.
so that's the reason why I wanted to do this interview with you today, because I want to get you in there, hopefully one of the months out of next year.
Okay.
So we'll be reading your book.
That'd
And
be
then
great.
this is at, I know it's so small, but
I
this
can,
is what it's called. In our BC, it's an I Read Book Club, which is me. It's
right.
based off books that I recommend or people recommend for me to read. And,
Okay.
and I kind of just go over them with my book club. And then we meet like
Awesome.
once a month. And yeah, so that's the reason why I wanted to interview you. And it was the books that I chose is all the books that were at all the fairs that
Mm-hmm.
me and my husband ever attended, and
Right.
that we made contact with certain people, and I
Right.
feel like those are the people who inspired me, and who I would want to see being read in my club.
Okay. I think that's a great idea. Definitely check out the book club.
Yeah, and then like I said, I'm haven't put up the YouTube yet because I'm still trying to edit everybody's videos, and I'm just gonna put each video on there all at once.
Okay.
How I want to,
Sounds like a plan.
yeah. So,
It
but
was a
yeah,
pleasure. So when you get a chance, go on. Speaking of YouTube, don't forget my
oh,
husband did
I wrote it
videotape.
down.
Yeah,
I
he
wrote it
did.
down.
Yeah.
And if you could email me through, I don't know if you, well, just yeah, I have your email, so I'll know what it is when you send
Right.
the
Yeah.
AOL right account.
Uh-huh. You can
Okay.
email me there, and also I can send you a new copy, not written in, and the other one too. I'll send you both.
Yeah, just and then we could just clear all that up in the email about
Yeah,
where to
that's
send
what
it,
I'm saying.
all
Yeah,
that stuff. Yeah. And
absolutely.
I
It's been
wish
a
you,
pleasure.
I know, I wish you and your husband well, and I wish you well with the new book and
We'll keep
all
in touch.
the other adventures. And yeah, most definitely, because I'm gonna let you know, like when I'm gonna post this interview, so
Okay.
you can either save it, share it, like
Oh,
it, all
definitely
of
gonna share
that
it. All of that.
stuff.
I'll support you.
Oh, I thank you so much.
All
And
right.
I appreciate your time, and you have a good night.
Okay. Good job. Great. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.